Good evening and welcome to the Nevis newscast for today, Tuesday, March 15th, 2016. I'm Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Nevis's Deputy Premier and Minister of Tourism and Minister of Foreign Affairs in the federal government, the Honourable Mark Brantley, is currently on a tourism-related visit to London. He took an opportunity to speak with the BBC World Service's flagship breakfast radio show, Newsday, on Monday morning. The conversation focused on St. Kitts and Nevis's drive to fully transform itself into a green economy as a means of combating climate change, building long-term resilience, and improving the quality of life for its citizens. The program's presenter engaged the minister on the issue of rising sea levels and the existential threats posed to small and vulnerable island states in the Caribbean.
The debate rages, but I think that the debate, which for many is academic, for us, clearly, it is not academic because we see the effects of climate change. And so we welcomed, for example, what happened in Paris. And certainly I think Paris was a quantum leap forward, although they are critics, but it's a quantum leap forward in that, and for the first time, we have something, I think, some benchmarks that the world has accepted. We are, however, pleased that a deal was made. We feel that it gives us certainly hope going forward. And for a very small country like ours, St. Kitts and Nevis, we're taking our obligations very seriously.
In trumpeting some of the homegrown solutions in St. Kitts and Nevis, Minister Brantley underscored the development of geothermal energy on Nevis and the aim to be the greenest island on Earth.
What we have been working towards, Nevis, about 12 years ago, we discovered that we had very large deposits of geothermal energy. And that's energy generated in the Earth's crust because, of course, we are a volcanic island. That has allowed us now to get to a stage where, through the scientific exploration process, we're now at a stage of production. That electricity is clean. It's green, it's beautiful for baseline power because it's constant. And we are being told that in 2017, the geothermal switch will be turned on. When that happens, Nevis goes entirely green. What that means is that
you don't need to burn fossil fuels.
100% of our power on the island will be generated from renewables.
The minister also sought to place the Federation's green initiatives in the broader context of South-South cooperation, in particular with countries in Africa as well as others in the global South.
We're looking at developing closer links with Africa, for example, and it would seem, on one view, almost natural. You know, I had one African friend refer to me as his brother. He said, you know, you're my brother from the diaspora. And so often we don't think of Africa in that context. But now we're seeing that, listen, there are people, nations in Africa, the people in Africa, in different countries in Africa who have similar problems, similar concerns, similar struggles, who have learned valuable lessons that we can learn from, and that there are arrangements there. There's investment there. There are investors there. There are tourists from there
Absolutely.
Who might want to come and see us and visit us as well. And for too long, I think we've looked north. And so now we're starting to look south. And to say to you from Nigeria that you should come and visit, and to say to those from Ghana and from wherever else that, listen, the Caribbean is a beautiful place, and it is a place where we feel that Africa should come and see. Africa should come and visit. Africa should come and invest.
BBC's Newsday is broadcast over 5 hours and is carried via the BBC World Service Radio and on U.S. public radio and local FM stations across Africa. The Villa Grounds in Charlestown is currently under renovation, which started late last year. The project has been undertaken by the Ministry of Social Development. Junior Minister, the Honourable Hazel Brandy Williams, recently explained the reasons for the renovations and expressed her satisfaction with the progress of the project.
We saw the need to do some renovations to this facility, and it is solely in conjunction with the Charlestown Secondary School and the Department of Youth and Sports. It is a facility that is widely used by Nevisions, non-Nevisions, and we felt that we ought to have outfitted it in such a state that the use could be more fitting. In addition to the bar or the multifaceted facility behind us, it is also our intention to put some bathroom facilities in the far corner of these grounds as well. And so for me, what I've seen so far, I am very pleased. And so next week, when we come back to hand over the keys, then we will see a more completed and finished product. I must say thank you as well to Mr. Perkins for so ably managing the project, for all the contractors, main contractor and subcontractors, who, in my view, they have all done an excellent job in transforming these grounds. Once again, thank you to everybody, and we look forward to this place being fully utilized in the ensuing months and years.
Owner of DC Equipment and Trucking Services Dale Claxton and Irvin Grant spoke about their role in the renovations.
I'm responsible for doing the fencing of the field and, oversee the youngsters in the area, thanks to the Ministry of Social Development and the stone wall, the retaining wall and all those, stuff. That's my part, and I'm happy that I could be a part of, do a good development here in my area.
And I'm responsible for building the bar, as you see. And I'm very thankful for Mr. Perkins for giving me the job and the guides, and I appreciate it a lot.
According to the contractors, the project is expected to be complete before the annual Agriculture Open Day slated for Thursday, March 17th. Overseeing the renovation work was Project Implementation Officer in the Premier's Ministry, Michael Perkins. Also present was Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Keith Glasgow. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs reminds community groups, non-governmental organizations, schools and businesses of the New Zealand High Commission Fund for Small Projects in St. Kitts and Nevis. The fund supports small-scale, short-term projects that contribute to wider community well-being. The projects must therefore be in line with the New Zealand Aid Program's mission of sustainable development in developing countries in order to reduce poverty and contribute to a more secure, equitable and prosperous world. For 2015 to 2016, the general areas of focus for the fund are environment, agriculture, and women and youth empowerment through entrepreneurship. The funding cap is approximately $10,000. Applications should be submitted to the New Zealand High Commission in Bridgetown by March 31st, 2016. The High Commission is aiming to commence the release of funds in April 2016. The fund is aimed primarily at community groups and non-governmental organizations, but other types of organizations, including schools and businesses, may apply. For further information and application forms, contact the Premier's Ministry at 469-5521, extension 2003 or 6155. Still to come.
You are of great value to Nevis. Let's put it another way. Nevis treasures you.
The details after this break.
The second Nevis Blues Festival runs April 14th to 16th. Enjoy 3 nights of the best in blues, soul and rock right on the beach at Owali Bay with international artists from the USA, the UK, Ireland and the Netherlands. The Nevis Blues Festival is the Caribbean's most exciting new music festival. See you there.
Time of year that we celebrate. Everybody feeling so irate. The other festival is so great.
Welcome back. The Caribbean Tourism Organization CTO Foundation is inviting persons to apply for its Arlie Sobers Memorial Scholarship. Communications Officer in the Ministry of Tourism, Sheila James, has the details.
This annual scholarship will be awarded to a Caribbean national employed at the National Tourism Organization seeking to enhance their skills in tourism research and or statistics linked to the tourism sector. Studies can be pursued both within and outside of the region. Application forms Forms are available at any CTO office, the local Ministry of Tourism Board of Tourism and Hotel Associations. Forms will also be available on CTO website www.onecaribbean.org. Interested persons must return completed application forms directly to Caribbean Tourism Organisation's headquarters ground floor at Baobab Tower, Warren, St Michael, Barbados, by the deadline date given on the form.
The scholarship is named in honor of former Director of Research and Information Management at the CTO, Arlie Sobers, who passed away in 2008.
Mr. Sobers dedicated over 2 decades of his working life in the service of the Caribbean Tourism Organisation. He was very determined to ensure that tourism statistical information and research disseminated with respect to the Caribbean was accurate, reliable and properly validated, thus reflecting the very high standards which he demanded of himself and of those who worked with him. Mr. Sobers worked primarily in the area of research and statistics. His overall influence and contribution to the Caribbean tourism was wide-reaching.
The CTO Foundation wishes to keep the memory and dedicated service of Arlie Sobers alive and duly remembered, and in so doing has given 1 or more scholarships of up to $2,500 in his name every year. As part of International Women's Day celebrations on Nevis, the Ministry of Social Development's Gender Affairs Division hosted a Women of Excellence Awards ceremony and cocktail at the Nevis Performing Arts Centre, NEPAC, on Saturday, March 12th. The Women of Excellence awardees were Mary Dorr, Lyneth Williams, Vanessa Williams, Genevieve Daniel, Myrtle Howell, Naomi Douglas, Alice Swanston, Carolee Wallace, Valencia Griffin, and Venita Walters, whose daughter Vera Jeffers accepted on her behalf. Junior Minister of Social Development, the Honourable Hazel Brandy Williams, congratulated the awardees.
Today, the women of the world, and certainly the women of Nevis, are not prepared to wait around for the men to find their confidence. We are here this evening to say to those who are being honored, and through them, to all the women of our country, you, we, all of us are valued. You are of immense value to your families. You are of immense value to your communities, both small in a small way, but in a tangible way. You are of immense value to all whom you have served and who have been impacted by your vision, your generosity, your compassion, your business acumen, your political savvy, your depth of faith, your family life, your integrity. You are of great value to Nevis. Let's put it another way. Nevis treasures you.
A surprise award was presented in the category of non-traditional occupations for women to Judith Descent of the Department of Information for her work as videographer for more than 30 years.
Congratulations to Judith for doing an awesome job over the years. She has more or less dominated a field that is a man-dominated field, and she has done well alongside the men, and we must congratulate persons like Judith.
International Women's Day was observed on March 8th. The theme was Pledge for Parity. And that concludes this evening's presentation of the Nevis Newscast. I'm Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing. Good night.